Good morning, and welcome to this lecture of electronics, semester two, where we were studying semiconductors. And yesterday, in the last lecture, what we have studied was the differences between the semiconductor, conductor, and insulator. Now, today and yesterday also, we have studied the composition of, say, the pure intrinsic semiconductor as well as the extrinsic semiconductor. So intrinsic semiconductor is a semiconductor in its pure form, right? That is called as intrinsic semiconductor. It means that if you are taking a crystal of a silicon, then the whole should have only silicon as the atoms in which it is being made, right? So crystal in its pure form, a semiconductor in its pure form is called as intrinsic semiconductor, whereas extrinsic semiconductor is the impure form of a semiconductor. Means whenever a certain amount of impurity is added to a pure intrinsic semiconductor, then it becomes extrinsic semiconductor, right? So this was the definition of intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. And on that note, we are having two types of extrinsic semiconductor. Yesterday, I have told you two types of extrinsic semiconductor: P-type semiconductor and N-type semiconductor. Right. So for P-type semiconductor, I have told you when a trivalent impurity is added to a pure intrinsic semiconductor, which means that it is having three valence electrons in its outermost shell or only three electrons in its outermost shell. So it will make three covalent bonds with the neighboring four atoms of, say silicon, and one blank space is left, right? So that particular absence of an electron is called as a hole. Due to that absence of one electron, the whole ion is supposed to have a positive polarity, right? So, okay. My mic is gone off. Okay, so this whole ion will have a positive polarity, and if you apply a electric field to such type of a crystal, then the flow of current through this will be due to the movement of this positive hole, and therefore it is called as a p-type semiconductor. It is called as a p-type, positive type of a semiconductor, right? Since it requires one electron, therefore it is called as a acceptor ion. Also, the positive holes are supposed to be the majority charge carrier, and these bulky ions, negative ions, are supposed to be minority charge carriers. So this much was for the p-type semiconductor. I guess you have understood that and you are able to write on it. So we are expected to write around 7 to 8 lines on this p type of a semiconductor along with this diagram, right? So I guess think on it. You will be able to write on that. Okay, now coming to N type of a semiconductor. So for N type of a semiconductor, when a pentavalent impurity is added to a pure intrinsic semiconductor, then it has got five electrons in its outermost shell. So the four electrons in its outermost shell will make four covalent bonds, and one electron is excess over here. So this excess of electron will give a negative charge on this ion with this positive potential in the ion itself, right? So since it is excess of an electron, say so this ion is need to, expecting to donate it, and therefore it is called as a donor ion, right? It is called as a donor ion, and the negative electrons are majority charge carriers, whereas these positive ion are the minority charge carriers in N type of a semiconductor. When electric field is applied to this type of a N type of a semiconductor, then the flow of current is due to the excess of electron present over here, and that is why it is called as the N type semiconductor. I guess you have understood this. This was what we have learned yesterday. Is there any problem? So you can ask me on that. Do you have any problem on that? Anybody can unmute and reply. Okay, so I need to tell you that now we are going to sum up this, and, from next time I am going to draw this. So when it is positive with a negative charge, you have to understood that this is a N-type semiconductor. Whereas if it is negative plus with positive charge, then it is a P-type of a semiconductor, right? So we'll be using that symbols for the further study. So if I take a pure intrinsic semiconductor like this, a chip of a slice of a pure intrinsic semiconductor like this, and if I dope half of the portion with trivalent impurity and other half with a pentavalent impurity. Now what happens if I try to draw like this? So I will make this as p type, right? And I will draw this, dope this with a pentavalent impurity, right? So what happens? It will have a negative with a positive charge. It will have negative. These are many ions which are there present over there. So I will have this type of a structure. I guess it is very small to view. I am drawing negative ion with a positive charge. So I have drawn around four layers only just to show, but there are many. So just to show, I am drawing over there that those are four layers of negative plus positive charge, which are supposed to be the p-type materials, right? And if you dope the half of the portion of this pure crystal with a pentavalent impurity, here it will be having negative ion, positive ion with a negative charge, that is electron. So like this, we will be having a four-layer structure, positive with a negative ion, positive with a negative ion, like this. Is it okay? Are you getting this? So I am drawing a positive with a negative ion, as I told you that I am going to draw like this. So you have to understand that this is a N type of a semiconductor. So in this portion, I have drawn a symbol like this, positive with a negative charge, like this. This is readable. And on this, in this portion, I have drawn like a negative ion with a positive charge. That is the whole, right? So if you do a single intrinsic semiconductor, half of the portion of this single intrinsic semiconductor with a trivalent impurity and the other half with a pentavalent impurity, right? Then what happens to it? This type of a structure. If it is so, then what happens to that? Uh, yeah, at the joining position of this. Oh, sorry. At the joining position of this. Uh, Yeah. So at the center, what happens here? There are excess of electrons present over here, right? So there are excess of electrons, and at the nearer portion on this side, it will be positive holes. So what happens? These excess of electrons will jump over here, and the nearby layer of this will form a neutral portion. This will form a neutral portion. So this electron will jump from here to here, and this will become positive, and similarly this will become negative. Okay, yeah. So this hole will form a neutral portion, right? And that small region is called as the depletion layer. Depletion layer. Now, what is depletion layer? I'm just going to tell you, right? So I have written DEPLETION, depletion layer. Now, what happens? As soon as the electrons which are excess in the n-type region jump into this side and forms a neutral portion in between over here, so this will become more positive and this will become more negative, right? So the further movement of electrons are being repelled by this region, and the further movement of holes are being repelled by this positive ions, right? So due to this, the further recombination is being depleted, and therefore it is called as a depletion layer, right? Now the whole will form a PN. We will call this as a PN junction, and if you take two electrodes out of it, we will call this as a PN junction diode, right? So this is actually the concept of PN junction diode. And what we have done, we have doped half of the portion with trivalent impurity, the other half with pentavalent impurity, and at the central position, what happens, since there are excess of free electrons and there is requirement of say electrons in the nearby at the p type, so these electrons will jump over here and they will recombine, and will saturate this and will form a neutral portion, right? And due to this neutral portion, the positive ions will go to repel the positive holes from moving from this side to this side, and again the electrons will not move because of this negativity. Likewise, so this is how the whole electrons and holes are being depleted from jumping from this side to this side, and therefore it is called as a depletion layer, right? And the hole is called as, if you take two electrodes out of there, then it is called as a p-n junction diode. It is called as a p-n junction diode. I guess you have understood. Have you understood this? Is there any problem up till now? Do you know?
No, sir.
Right. So if you have any issues, please unmute yourself and ask. Right. So I guess you have understood this, that the PN junction diode is formed, right? So this is the formation or construction of a PN junction diode. Now let us see what is the symbol of that PN junction diode. I guess you have understood the depletion layer. There are many names to this depletion layer and many more. This is called as a PN junction diode, and the symbol of a PN junction diode. I'm trying to draw this. Remember this diagram very carefully. Remember this. Understand this diagram. Now, when I draw a diode like this, so I have a structure like this. So I will draw a triangle. I will call this as anode, or I will call this as a p-type side. So I will call that as positive, and cathode, or we call it as the negative terminal of the p type. कितने बजे की एक मिनट. Okay, so I guess you have understood. This is called as the anode, and this is called as the cathode. So we'll study the VI characteristics of this PN junction diode in the next class. So by now, thank you very much for joining. Stay home, stay safe. I'll be uploading this video on this. Go through my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and share my videos on YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining. Please take care of yourself. Have a nice day. Good day. Bye. See you in the next class.